A very light slate of baseball tonight, but we will talk about it for as long as you guys want, I guess. And I will be going over who I have, who I'm using in the NBA, and who I'm using in hockey tonight. Why not? Um, just again, your usual Thursday update. We will have MMA video either later tonight or tomorrow. We're going to have a Preakness preview, which I'll probably put up at some point tomorrow. Well, definitely at some point tomorrow. Whatever else, we have a huge soccer slate for tomorrow. For Sunday. That DFS channel, I guess, is going to try to break down. We have LOL coming back overnight tonight. What else for this weekend? Do we have NASCAR? I presume. Yeah, we have NASCAR all 3 days. We have Trucks Friday, Xfinity Saturday. Sunday we have the All-Star thing. I don't know if that's an actual slate that we're going to want to play, but we'll take a look at it. And actually we have F1 this weekend. I'll probably put some sheets up for that. Tennis, you have the be a short slate tomorrow, but on Sunday we have the French Open starting. That's going to be pretty big. And that's the kind of the previews of what we have. For those of you that played baseball today, I hope you guys follow what I said. I liked Darvish basically locked in, and Baltimore was my top team. And I don't know how much better I'm going to do than get you 9 runs from Baltimore against the chalky pitcher. So actually didn't get it all against him. So hopefully you guys did well. I did pretty well in all sports. I didn't smash anything, but I won in baseball, won in tennis, won in. I even degened the soccer a little bit, and won that. So overall, just getting off to a good start for tonight's today and the evening weekend activities or whatever. Golf is just really hard to tell right now because all these guys are still going on. So it is kind of hard to tell how we're doing. We don't know where the cut line is going to be, and it's kind of up in the air right now. It's good to see. I guess I lucked out with Rory getting an early start. Berger's kind of struggling, but everybody's kind of struggling today. Louis Oosthuizen, I guess at even I should be happy with that. Through 11. Fitzpatrick. It's people that started this afternoon really had a huge disadvantage. Okay, so this is the most sheets MLB slate that ever. I'm expecting gold takes. Okay. Well, as usual, the way I'm going to handle this is first I'm going to tell you guys what looks good, and then I'm going to tell you what I actually played. It's not always the same thing. So it does look as though Valdez is clearly the top pitcher. By kind of a ton, and I don't believe this ownership of 40% is accurate. I think he's going to be significantly more. I just can't see a world where he isn't. What I ended up doing was something I kind of alluded to earlier. Is I had no problem leaving money on the table in this in this later slate. What's weird though is that it's not showing what my percentages are. But fortunately, since I built a decent amount through SaberSim, I'm able to give it to you that way. So what I'm doing, I'll give you my full exposures here, is pitching wise, I am locking in Valdez, and I'm finding myself able to get up to Gowan in most lineups as well. So I'm fading all that other stuff. Um, I thought about it, and I think I figured out the best way to handle it. And for me, I'm just going to pay up for both those pitchers, for Gallen and Valdez. I mean, you could certainly make case for all this other stuff like Stroman and Rich Hill and all that, but I am almost all my not all my lineups. Almost all my lineups have Valdez. A good amount of them have Gallen, and then I do have a couple of slivers of Hill, a couple of slivers of Otto, a couple of slivers of Kirby. I did not get to any Stroman, for whatever that's worth. And with respect to the hitting, I mean, I guess God help me, but I have just a ton of Arizona. Um, uh, so Arizona is going to be my top hitting team, and then after that, my next best hitting team, my next highly owned stack is going to be Seattle, slightly more than Houston, which is tied with Chicago and Boston. That's what I'm doing. I did announce earlier that I didn't really want to do too much of the Houston. I thought they'd be too highly owned, and I presume that's going to be the case. So we'll just see. The other thing is that I also went against not my advice, but I did do 5-man stacks tonight. Um, um, Probably more than I should have, but I did anyway. I have about 50. I would say, let's say 50% of my stacks are 5-man stacks. You don't have to do that. You don't have to play that way on a 3-game slate, but that's what I ended up doing, and partially because what I was able to do is leave money on the table quite a bit. There's some where I have like 2,000 left on the table, and listen, it's not easy to play that way, but I kind of made my peace with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Justin saying Stroman hasn't thrown in over 3 weeks, so it's probably limited. That's good enough for me. I mean, that's probably why he's not showing up on projections, right? As being a good play. So my favorite Arizona guys. I mean, it's not really like that, but I mean, just look at the top guys in the lineup, I guess. I mean, Varsho, Walker, Peralta. I'll even all the way down to Perdomo at the 9, Luplow. Pretty much everybody. Just kind of take a shot with that. I mean, they're not the worst looking stack in the world, and they might be one of the lower owned. So, hey, you know what? That's good enough for me. And hashtag it's baseball, right? So anything's possible. And the Seattles, I like. I like the Winker, Ty France. Let me see what my Seattle stacks look like. Yeah, France, Frazier, Toro, Rodriguez, Winker. Nothing really off the board there. Some Suarez as well. I mean, it's probably the wrong way to play. I have to say that being so pure and stacking these three game slates probably isn't right. But you know what? I've won a couple of these tournaments this year, and every single one has been with one of these stupid 5-man stacks that I would announce that I didn't want to do. And I ended up doing it anyway, and ended up winning. So I'm content with it. I certainly wouldn't blame you if you try to go a little more pure, not pure, a little more 3-man, 3-3-2s, things like that, or even play some guys against your pitchers like Bobby was recommending earlier. But that's what I'm doing. So I'll get to hey Nick, I'm gonna get to NBA Showdown next, but let me just fire up FanDuel. I'm not playing there, but just to look at it for you guys. Once again, Valdez is just to me an impossible fade over there. So one of the reasons why it makes it difficult to play. Because once again, you'd have to take shots at kind of inferior hitting environments. I mean, Houston looks like the best play, but you just can't play him, right? I hope that makes sense to you guys. And I don't want to play, and you can't play Texas. I mean, if you're playing Valdez, so what are you left with? You're left with Chicago, Boston, Arizona, and Seattle. And it looks to me in FanDuel that Arizona is going to be the lowest owned. So that would be all the more reason for me to just do the same thing over there, is to play Valdez, play Arizona. That would be my recommendation on FanDuel, if I were playing there, which I am not. Okay, NBA Showdown thoughts. It's not so much thoughts as more like who I got to and then what adjustments I made. So I'll just kind of just go through that. First of all, just so you know, the way I handle right now the showdown slates, just with the projections and stuff, I just put the projections up on the classics, like the 2-day slates. And what you could just do is just use those and upload those into SaberSim if you want to use SaberSim. I just didn't think it was worth it to create a whole new file for showdown slates. I used to do that. I actually have those in my file folder here, but I just decided that I just wasn't worth the effort to just for the NBA Showdown slate to put up a totally different sheet when you can just use the same information, and upload it to SaberSim that way. So I am going to bite, I think, for the recency bias here, and probably end up playing this Kevon Looney business. But let me do it in order. Let me do my exposures in the 2-game slate first, if you wouldn't mind, and then I'll do the showdown. Because I am playing them both. In the 2-game slate, the 3 guys I have the most of are Bam, Wiggins, and Kevon Looney. That's what I'm doing right now. And I have about currently 6% Luka. so as I like to say, I guess I'm just going to lose in the 2-game slate. But hey, you know what's good having 6% Luka? I think actually there's nothing good about having 6% Luka. I was going to say I'm probably going to have a good score after tonight, but that's not exactly true because I have a lot of these other guys. Like I have guys in this Golden State game, but I just don't have the Mavs for some reason. And I don't have Luka for some reason. All kinds of Golden State value here. So we'll see. And the good thing is that since that's the second part of the 2-game slate tomorrow, I can see what's going on and then adjust my lineups. Like if I don't want to have, say, 5 Warriors in the same lineup, which I don't think is necessarily the worst thing in the world. I mean, let me tell you something. Over the last couple of weeks, I've had some big runs in these 2-3-game slates, and I've had like the 5 starters in one team, like in one lineup. I'll tell you, man, that is one good feeling when you're like in that third quarter and all 5 of them are in, and every single thing just ramps up your score. That one where they did so well that they ended up not being able to play the fourth quarter in that Memphis game. I remember that. Bobby ended up, I think, chopping that one, and I was like really close. Anyway, that's what I'm doing in the 2-gamer is Bam, Wiggins, and Looney, which basically means Bam, right? Because the others I'm not locked into. I could always fiddle around with later, but I'm playing it just a shitload of Bam. I guess the real fade here, which is getting me different, is I only have about 6% Butler. So that's good, right? I'm not saying that's good that that's only 6% Butler, but that's good with respect to making sure you have unique lineups, because who in their right mind is not playing Butler? I guess that would be me. So that's the way that goes. Let me see if that take or that stance carried over to the showdown slate. I find it hard to believe I didn't play a ton of Butler in the showdown slate, but let me see. Let me see how much Butler I played. Well, I have only 10% Butler in the captain, and I do have 65% of him. So I don't have him in all the lineups. I guess that's worth something. But in the showdown slate, my main captain by a lot is Tatum. Okay, I have him in about 60% of my lineups are him at captain. And then then I'm sprinkled. I have some Butler, some Jaylen Brown, some Bam, some Smart, kind of a sneaky Robert Williams at captain lineup, just for fun. And in the utility, it's once again it's Bam, Butler, Smart, Vincent. Caleb Martin's really cheap at 1K. So I'm gonna have a bunch of him. And there's not a lot of super hoodoos I'm coming up with here. Again, some Dwayne Dedmons, right? I mean, there's nobody. It's not like football where I can play those $200 tight ends that nobody's heard of. Remember those names? Man, what were those names that I used to play this past season? Now those were fun. Those total hoodoo 200 guys, and get zeros and still do well. So that's what I'm doing in the NBA. Oh, JJ, you better believe there's gonna be a Preakness video tomorrow, and I got something for you in the Preakness too. I do, got something for you. So let me just for hell of it. I mean, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing in hockey, and whatever question you have about any sport really or anything at all. I mean, I'm here for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. Just fire it off. But I'll just blanket right tell you my exposures are in hockey. I did use Saberson to help me build tonight, but I did use the True DFS projections as the baseline, and I'm actually spread out a little bit. I'm getting 60%. Let me just do it by teams. I mean, once again, don't worry about the stacks or anything like that, but I'm getting like 75% Colorado and Florida. So those are my two main things that I'm rooting for. And as far as individual players, I do have McKinnon as my top owned, and Barkov, and Kadri second. So it's not. I don't have any big time off the board value play as significantly high owned. I'm just hoping I just kind of like correlate it right and get the right percentage, the right combinations here on the 2-gamer. Josh Oliver, that's right, JJ. Am I getting any Peyton Pritchard? I believe so. Let me confirm that. I remember seeing that when I was pulling it up before, but let me just see. Let me see first if I'm getting it in the 2-gamer first. Yeah, I'm getting I want to see how much, and then I'll go back to the showdown. So I'm getting about 30% Pritchard in the classic, and then I'm getting about looks to be something similar. Let's see. I'm not getting any Pritchard in the captain. I guess I'll be about with the field. I have about 33% Pritchard in the showdown. So I don't know if that's over-owned, under-owned, or whatever it is, but that's where I am in that. I'll also say that Tony, I just answered that, but yes, I am doing a Preakness video, and it will be on YouTube, and it will also be on the site, and I will remember to post the link. I hope to remember to post the link in Discord. But you guys, if you like, subscribe, and everything like that to the YouTube channel, you're gonna get notified anyway, right? When I put it up. But yes, it will be. To answer your question, Tony, yes, it will be on YouTube, and it will almost certainly be tomorrow. I'm not going to get to it tonight, but it will probably be tomorrow. And that's probably the same with the MMA. That'll be tomorrow. I'm not going to probably be up to do that tonight, but who knows? Maybe. Definitely won't do the Preakness thing tonight. but maybe I'll do the MMA. So the MMA card's terrible. It's 11 fight slate with limited finishing upside. It's a pretty bad. But you know what? They're offering the same 100K for first, so we'll figure out some way to play. I mean, that I promise you. And I got to do a little more research on the NASCAR stuff, but I'm ready for a full DGen weekend. I wasn't going to be here at first, but I was supposed to be away, but COVID ravaged our trip. Let's just put it that way. Nothing from me or my wife, but like half the people that we were supposed to go with, including the person who organized it, got COVID. So that got canceled. So I am around this weekend for the most part, and I'll probably be out, throughout the weekend. But I'll get the stuff done. What else? Anything else? Okay, I guess that'll do it then. Just to reiterate, I suppose, for those that weren't here, Valdez, top pitcher. For me, Zona, top stack, but it's purely GPP. If you wanted the best stack, it's going to be Houston, but I'm just not playing that in GPPs. FanDuel, same deal. Valdez, top stack, top pitcher by a lot. And Arizona would be who I would play over there if I'm playing there, which I'm not. NBA, Bam, and in really my main guy in both the two-day and the one. Let's see, any Horford tonight? I don't think I'm getting anything substantial. I think, yeah, it's not true. I'm getting 30% Horford in the showdown, and let me just see what I'm getting in the classic. I'm getting 33% in the classic as well. So yeah, I'm getting those guys. And I guess that'll do it. So good luck, everybody. And